Welcome back to Adri's farmhouse kitchen. Today we are tackling the polytunnel. So I've cleared and the two bed, but you can't see what we've done. Another day it's done. And the 4 bed behind us, what we are clearing out, harvesting what we can. Still got some tomatoes in there, celery, and see what else is in there, maybe some sweet potatoes. And then I've got my wheelbarrow here, gloves, and let's get this autumn job done. We are going to harvest the sweet potatoes, most of it anyway today. I've been collecting the pipes of the beds as well, because we won't need them now till next year. We're also going to harvest the potatoes. Today, in front of the pretty greenhouse, there is 2 big black tubs what we've planted long time ago, and I've meant to harvest those a couple of months ago, definitely a couple of weeks ago, just never got to it. So today is the day. Today we are harvesting potatoes and sweet potatoes as well. As we are clearing out the bed, what I'm working on at the moment, this is the 3rd raised bed I am clearing out. I have started to collect all the signs, what's visible, so clear out the bed of all the signs, and then I am tackling the bed. So I am removing the strings. I recycle some, but most of it now I'm using a couple of years, so probably I'm just gonna discard it and we're gonna start with a fresh one next year. First, I've decided to take the tomatillo plant out. It is a bush, it's a big tangly mess, so it took me a while to take all these strings of it, because I don't want to put any string to our compost bin, because we composted this huge tomatillo plant. I actually had quite a handful of tomatillo from it today as well, what we've used up for our dinner. So just carry on working. It's a lovely day, but the weather forecast now is dropping. I know I'm keep saying it, but this time I think we've got few days with a slight frost, and we're getting towards beginning of next week quite a hard-ish frost. So we are going to harvest everything what we can, and then just working on clearing out the beds until probably the new year. So I am doing a good progress in here now. I've removed quite a few tomatoes, and what I have noticed, the blight is now getting really bad, so I am putting the plants affected with blight to our green bins, and I let that take it away from us. Although some people say it's okay to compost it, but I just don't want to risk it to have some contamination and spoil our lovely compost, and next year's crop will suffer because of the result of it. So I'd rather be mindful of it and just discard the ones what I think it's perfect to our compost bin. I am actually just explaining now to you that how much tomatoes still there, especially this black cherry. It was so prolific. I'll definitely grow this next year. Honestly, one plant is more than enough for a whole family and friends, to be honest, because they were just huge. They were larger size than cherry tomatoes. They were cherry tomatoes, but they were quite a decent size. You don't need to see that pepper? Pepper. Mm-hmm. Quick sticks, I'll empty this and which potato we've got here. Quite a bit.
It'll go in the bin, push the dirt side of it.
I am really surprised how much, quite a medium-sized potatoes we've got. We managed to fill like two tubs. So, because it's a little bit on a wet side, the soil, it's quite wet and moist, I had to wash the potatoes, and I've just laid it in a layer on a paper towel, kitchen towel, until it's dry, and I just kept it in a bowl on the kitchen counter, and we are going to use that up on our meals this upcoming weeks. So we definitely got plenty potatoes because we've just been to the annex and cheated all the potatoes. I brought in a nice basket full of different varieties of potatoes, and now we have these potatoes as well harvested, and it's been really successful. So I am very happy with the result. We're definitely not gonna be short of potatoes. Okay, I'm back to clearing out the bed. There is still a few more sweet potatoes in there as well to harvest, but I'm clearing out. I'm nearly done with all the tomatoes. There's a few celery what I've been neglected a bit, so I had to chuck it because they were quite soggy and they just didn't look good. But I'll give it to the animals, and the rest it's now on a compost bin. So I'm just busy working as a little busy bee for a couple of hours until this bed is cleared out. I've also emptied that wheelbarrow where I left the compost and grew us borage and lots of tomatillo plants. But yeah, it was time to clear that out as well, because that's not gonna do much now, and I needed the wheelbarrow just to load everything what I harvested today. Needed to take it to the compost bin and to the animals. And I've got 3 more raised beds to go. What we're not going to do today, but the upcoming weeks I'm gonna tackle those as well. I'm hoping that we can harvest some celery. Those blush, beautiful, like pinky celery stalks. Although my celery is not my favorite, I don't really like celery, but it's such a nice ingredients, you know, when with all the stews and soups, especially the chicken or turkey or vegetable soups. So yeah, I like it when it's cooked or baked. It's just I'm not so keen on the taste when it's raw. The sweet potato, I did have a little bit of harvest here, not too much, but you know, I'm always thinking whether to go for it next year or just leave it, but I always choose to grow sweet potato every single year, and I've just decided to grow it again next year. So I just love it. More bed is done in a polytunnel, and I've managed to harvest some fennel, some more tomatillo and few tomatoes. So we take this to the kitchen, and the bed looks barely empty for now. I just left one kale. Looks a bit sad at the moment, but that hopefully will come back. And I'm thinking now I'll get my fork, because cold weather's coming. We've got still got loads more dried beans to harvest and some oca, and let's see what else we can harvest and tidy up in the garden. I'm going to harvest the oca first and then the beans. It's a beautiful day. Wow, this looks amazing. Look at this. That is a good one. Wow, that's an amazing harvest. I'm just taking off these little tubers. They are so delicious and lemony, roasted. Wow, I thought we were gonna have any oca this year because the Polytunnel had hardly any in it, but out here it's done amazing. I'm glad we waited another month. Well, the weather was kind to us, so we managed. Because we've checked one a month ago and there were hardly any. We harvest the oca just before the frost, same than the sweet potatoes. That is amazing. Here the dogs digging somewhere. That can go to the compost. But actually the oca leaves edible as well, so I might give some to the chickens and see if they like it. Okay, I finished harvesting the oca and we had an amazing harvest. So I'm very happy with that. I'm on to the beans now. Let's harvest all that beans what we can. I know I'm keep saying that for a while, but the weather is just looks bad and it turns to good again. So the garden is still keep giving so much food. You definitely have so much beans. Right, the basket is full. I'm going to grab another basket and I still haven't even finished. I'm still on the first arch. So I'm not sure what's in there, but I'm just harvesting everything. You had a nice time in a garden. That's a massive hole. We're gonna go have a bath now, aren't we? Look at the state of her. You enjoyed yourself? Was it fun? Yeah? Did you have fun? That was a big hole you dug. Wow, you must be tired. It's 10th of November and I think it's time to dig up the sweet potatoes. I haven't got high hopes, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go for it because the temperature's now rapidly dropping. So when I look the next 10 days, we are at that stage now that possible frost every morning. So I am not gonna wait any longer. We're gonna harvest the sweet potatoes and gradually we're gonna then harvest the celery and then clear up every single raised beds in here of the tomatillo, tomatoes, you know, and just a general tidy up. Okay, where shall we start? I'm gonna remove this drip system as well. Okay, let's try with this one here. Such a lovely soil this is, friends. Right. It would have been an amazing harvest to say that every year, but we honestly haven't got more time now. So let me show you the whole plant and the tubers, how they develop, and just have a look. Just take it off that string if I can first, so I can bring it closer to you and show it to you. So this sweet potato shoot was actually not long at all. Can you see? It's literally this long. And then on the end, that's where the sweet potatoes grow. And this one actually have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tubers. And in ideal condition, that would have been massive. But this is our UK climate, well, mine anyway, in a polytunnel in here in England. So I'm just gonna keep it as it is for now. Let's carry on. This one is basically the same. They're still very tiny. Sweet potato leaves are actually edible. But yeah, that's the harvest here, right here. Let's take the string off and move on. So at that point, when I pulled out the sweet potato with quite large tubers, I've decided that I'm gonna grow sweet potato again. I was just showing you harvesting the red vein sorrel, the nasturtium and some calendula. They're very lovely, healthy plants, but the frost will kill these now, so I'm gonna give it to the chickens. They will enjoy it. And I'm just carry on digging up these sweet potatoes. I'm so excited, like every year I'm so excited to dig out the sweet potatoes. I've never had a good harvest. Good, like, you know, what you kind of expect or buy supermarkets, no. But because when you do it yourself and all the excitement and the build up towards to this point, it's actually a long wait. Wow, this one is good. Let me show you closer. It's the best so far. I am really happy with this one. Oh wow, look. Oh wow. This one is amazing. This one was a big one though. Yeah. Oh yeah. Love some. It's very important to be gentle and see where the base is, so we don't leave things behind. I've just pulled one up by mistake. Maybe this one. This one was this one was a big one. Yeah. I've never tried the sweet potato leaves, actually. But I know it's edible. So I might gonna have a little nibble on it later and try together what it tastes like. Yeah, this one was a lovely healthy plant. And that yielded amazing. I'm over the moon. So I've just literally decided I'm gonna do it again next year, friends. This one was massive, look. So yeah, that was. I really enjoy growing the sweet potatoes vertically, but this huge plant, that was really big and had a very good harvest. I was so happy. Okay, let's do the next one. I usually start in March with shop-bought sweet potato tuber. I'll choose 1 or 2, sometimes 3, and I just submerge it in water in a mug, and that shoots up shoots in the next couple of weeks and months, and those shoots are keep coming until now. It is November, middle of November, and since March, April, they're constantly producing shoots on my windowsill. So that's when I was saying, like, the waiting, you know, from March to this point, you build up the excitement, how this gonna turn out, you know, you look after it, nurture it. Yeah. Sweetie? Yeah. So you're gonna be happy whatever the result and outcome is gonna be, you know. And I really appreciate every single tiny tuber what we dig up today together, because I'm gonna enjoy those sweet potatoes and I'm gonna remember the hard work, and I'm gonna looking forward again next year to do exactly the same and hoping for a little bit better result. And it just keeps me going and makes me so happy as part of this journey, gardening and community sufficient lifestyle. Keep me busy, keep me moving as well. I'm out in the fresh air. I cannot imagine my life any different than this. Sandy's out with me and it's getting colder now. At some point she started shivering, even though she's got the little Christmas jumper on. So as soon as I finished, I took her in because she was sitting just right there on the top, next to me on the raised bed. Bless her. She just wants to be with me the whole time. But we're nearly done now, sweetie, and then we're going in. As you can see, we still got a few lettuces there on the right hand side of that bed, what we keep harvesting. We've still got so much going on, honestly. I cannot wait to show you the whole garden and tunnel and greenhouse, what it looks like in November. We're gonna do probably the garden tour very soon, the November garden tour, if you're interested. Although I neglected the garden, but I still can't wait to show you because there is still so much going on in there. All the sweet potatoes are now harvested. Let's see how we can fill our basket. I'm sure this small basket is enough for us, but I am very happy. Whatever we've got, we're gonna use it up. And the green bit can go to the animals. I'm gonna wash this and then we won't store well then, so we're just gonna cook with it, cook or bake, come up with some recipes. to the goats and the chickens. Let's see what they think of it. I know they can't eat potato leaves, but sweet potatoes they can. We might fill this basket. Wow! Sandy, stop digging there, love. No, naughty. Did you eat your breakfast? You look really cold. Are you cold? Or you still want to be with me? Won't be long now, we're going in. That's another job done. Let's go to the kitchen, wash all these and have a look again and decide what we're gonna do with it. Okay, it's a beautiful, it's a beautiful day. Right, so far this much sweet potatoes we managed to harvest. We've still got a few in another beds, so we just harvest those when we clear the beds out, the raised beds. But this one had the most in it. This raised bed half had sweet potatoes in it. I know, although it's not huge, but it's mine. I grew it and I'm so proud of it, and I'm sure we're gonna enjoy this. Let's go to the kitchen and wash this and see what we can do with it. I'm just gonna give it a very good scrub and wash. Well, thank you so much for spending time with me today. I am just finishing off now, washing again all the sweet potatoes. So washing, now it won't last long, but it's not a huge harvest. And again, I've just dried it on a kitchen towel and we're going to use it up the upcoming weeks. Well, I really enjoyed clearing out the bed, harvesting the tomatillo, the potatoes and the sweet potatoes, and the animals appreciated a little bit of a treat as well. The next one, it's gonna be probably the garden tour, and we're gonna still carry on clearing out the raised beds and the garden, and we're gonna cook lots of lovely food. But for now, bye friends.